We are interviewing today Mr. Greg Kearney, a lawyer. But Mr. Kearney is also a journalist, and he has invited me over to this activity that's going on here, the National Day of the Costa Rican Artists. So we'll firstly watch some kind of show here at this place, and later on we'll go with a formal interview with Mr. Oh, there you are. Well, I'll interview later on. I know you're very busy.
Lleno sueños en cada momento que estás junto a mí. No existe tristeza y nada detiene el inmenso sentimiento de amor que tengo por ti. Solo quiero pensar que te quiero. Contigo a mi lado no existe pasado, nada sucedió. Se olvidan mis penas que fueron condena. Yo llega rompiendo cadenas en mi corazón. Solo quiero pensar en soñarme contigo despertar y que sea la única bella mujer a quien digo que quiero. Solo quiero pensar en hacer mil canciones que voy a dedicar, las palabras más bellas que hagan sentir como me siento yo, que te quiero. Necesito pensar solo en ti y sentir que estás cerca de mí. Dar un beso con toda pasión, los amantes de un corazón. ¡Suena bien! Solo quiero pensar, soñarme contigo despertar y que sea la única bella mujer a quien digo te quiero. Solo quiero pensar en hacer mil canciones te voy a dedicar, las palabras más bellas que te hagan sentir como me siento yo.
This is Mr. Gregory Kearney Lawson, main info. The country's phone number is I06. So in case you're calling from outside Costa Rica, you have to add the plus sign preceding the 506 code. All right? His cell phone number in Costa Rica is 7103 9771. And his email is attorneykearney.yahoo.com. Mr. Gregory Kearney is a lawyer, certified in Costa Rica. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. I'm very happy to be here and speaking with you. And I have ready to answer any questions that you may have.
Well, tell me, how was your first experience with Costa Rica since you were born in the U.S. and you are still a native gringo?
Yeah, well, I was born in New York City. I was raised in L.A., California. And also sometime in Costa Rica when we would come with my family for a vacation. And I've been living here already for about quite a long time, about half of my life, about 30 years.
And you graduated from in Costa Rica as a lawyer, certified lawyer. Did
Right.
you?
I did most of my early studies in school, elementary school and high school, and some university in California.
Oh, I see.
And I studied law. I went to law school here in Costa Rica, and I've been practicing law for about 28 years, more or less.
Incredible. I guess we're going to have some more from you with some videos regarding how to foreigners can get the proper papers here as pensionado status. But that will be another section. Tell them about yourself. Why did you finally want to make it down here?
Well, first of all, I forgot. My name is Gregory Kearney Lawson, and I'm half American, half Costa Rican. And on my mother's side of the family, they're from Costa Rica mainly, and among a few other countries. Excuse me. And on my father's side, I'm American, and I was also born and raised there. So I always visited Costa Rica and loved Costa Rica, and as well as the States also. But I decided to live here when my family moved here to Costa Rica. I came with them, and it was easier, a lot cheaper to study at the university here in Costa Rica than it was in the United States. So that was a big incentive. My family moved over here, so that was an even bigger incentive. And I loved Costa Rica very much living here.
Excuse me, do you think that you miss certain commodities or that you had in the U.S. that down here you must adapt to some limitations?
Well, there's all the commodities that you have in the States, you have here in Costa Rica, and maybe even more, because here you can, like if you want to find products, imported products, you can buy anything you can find in the States or Europe or any other country, plus also the products that are from locally from here in Costa Rica. And the cost of living was a lot cheaper. Now it's in the last few years it has gone up, but it's still comparable, maybe slightly lower, a lower price in the cost of living than in Costa Rica. Than in the United States, and that is because you can find expensive products here or expensive things that you can spend your money on, but you can also there's an alternative where you can also buy fruits and vegetables that are very fresh and very cheap here. Also, if you're going out to restaurants or to the beach and touristy places, you're going to be spending a little bit more money, but it's still within a reasonable cost compared to the United States.
One thing I'd like to ask you about is the country status. It seems that Costa Rica is the oldest democracy in the Americas, except for the U.S. How does it provide you with some more additional reason to stay over?
Well, you mean like the services?
The country is reliable in a way.
Right. Well, Costa Rica has a history of one of the longest democracies in the continent, probably in the world. It's a very stable government, a very stable democracy. People are very friendly. They love foreigners. I get like the best of both worlds because I understand both mentalities, the one from Costa Rica and the one from the United States. They both are very different in some ways and very similar in other ways. Here the rhythm of life is a lot slower. So if you're coming from the States or some of the other countries like in Europe or Canada or the United States, you're going to find that the pace of everything is a lot slower, and that can be frustrating at times. But you get to, after a while, you get to understand it and go with the flow, and not worry so much about getting everything done immediately, as it happens in the States very often.
One thing about the country, I would like your opinion, Mr. Kearney. In other Latin American countries, there are many social differences. It seems here that everybody has access to education, that the difference between the social class and the other might not be so deterring to the peaceful way the country is. Can you tell us something about it?
Well, the country has always had, for many years, has had free education in school, elementary school, and high school. It is required to go to school during up to 12th grade or up to 6th grade, and most people graduate high school and go on to a college degree. There are many, education is one of the areas that the government has tried to get the population to get a good education for many years, and it's been a priority on the government's list, regardless of which government, which political party is in office. Education has been one of the priorities of Costa Rica.
So in a way, Costa Rica politically compares to the small democratic nations of Europe, such as the Netherlands and Scandinavia. Because I guess that the government really cares about the people. It's no problem.
Yes, the education has been accessible to no matter what level of income a family has. There's private universities, private schools, as well as public schools and universities. They both have excellent education, and the public schools especially are accessible because it's free. Free education in public schools. There are some slight costs which many family committees or school committees can sometimes raise money to buy some school supplies that are not given by the education system, but they do help the people who are of low resources.
It seems that the country is running high in terms of medical social system. It seems lately with the pandemic, it shows that Costa Rica is one of the fifth best in the world. It is not perfect, I know, but even the New York Times had an editorial on the country. How do you see all these good points of the country in terms of investment in the near future? Do you think the country is really reliable to invest in?
Yes, Costa Rica is very reliable, basically because of the government, and also it is a very beautiful country. Many people we have a lot of tourists, and many of those tourists fall in love with the country and decide to live here either permanently or part-time until they retire. So it has a lot of incentives for foreigners to come and live in Costa Rica, to invest in Costa Rica, and to retire in Costa Rica.
Tell me one more thing now about you and what you've been doing lately as a lawyer and your achievements. Make it brief because we don't have much time, and we will have another opportunity to talk with you over matters concerning pensionado status and all that. This is not the first opportunity we have with you, Mr. Kearney.
Well, I have been offering my legal services as well as real estate services and other services to mainly expats or soon-to-be expats in Costa Rica that want to come and live here or invest here. I combine the legal work with real estate also and business. So I have a very well-educated and trained mindset to help foreigners come to Costa Rica and live their dream life here. I've been doing that for about 30 years, and welcome to Costa Rica, and you'll relax and enjoy.
What's just one more question? Is the legal framework of the country reliable? Because of are the Costa Rican institutions really reliable? Seeing that this is one of the oldest democracy in the continent and in the world, and you as a lawyer, Mr. Kearney, could just make it very serious and very regarded opportunity. You take care. Bye bye.
Yes. It's very reliable here. It's a very peaceful country. It is. There's a lot of good businesses, small businesses, medium or large businesses, whichever you are interested in. But it's a country where it's easy to do business, and there's a lot of niches and areas where you can start a new business or continue an existing one. And most people, regarding the size of their business, do very well. And there's also one I forgot to answer you, which was the health system is excellent in Costa Rica. It has very many doctors and medical personnel who have been graduated, have postgraduate degrees in many other countries, such as the United States, Mexico, Europe, and they offer an excellent health system, the private health system as well as the public health system.
Yes. So as a lawyer, I guess I want to make this question again. Is the law reliable in Costa Rica? Are the court system reliable? Are there reliable laws that protect your property, your goods? You as a person,
Yes,
a foreigner might need to know this as well.
Yes, the private property is well protected. Many years ago, there were some ancient laws that where there were problems with squatters, and that was when there were properties that did not have any real owner. They were just properties up in the areas far away from the cities and the towns. But that slowly has been eliminated, and the private property is very well protected by the laws of the government.
The court is reliable.
The court systems are reliable. However, like any other country, there are some incidents that do happen and some influences that do happen, but they are also sometimes very slow, like most public offices are. But they are reliable in general. They abide by the court system, the Constitution, human rights, and the laws of the country, as well as international laws.
Any other thing before we end our conversation, Mr. Gregory? Because we have another activity going on in a few minutes.
Thank you very much. I hope you can contact me at Attorney Kearney at yahoo.com. That's attorney, Kearney, like my surname, at yahoo.com. And also have WhatsApp, where you can send a text message and contact me at country code is 506-7103-9771. Hope to see you and meet you very soon.
Thank you very much. I'll show them your card so they can access it at the end of this video. Thank you, Mr. Kearney, and we're gonna have some other videos concerning how the services you can provide to expats and other people. And so this is not the first occasion we went with you, Mr. Kearney.
Thank you.
So
I'm happy to help.
you have a good day, and thank you very much. Okay.
Bye.